Okay, good job. All right, what route is this?
Potzo spotting.
Trad route.
Trad. 5-8.
5-7, I think.
5-8.
5-7. All right, honey, one more.
Take good care. Have fun.
Yep.
Take your time over there.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the belay glasses.
Well, too late now.
It's okay, it's not so hard.
All right. Oh, I hope the wind isn't gusting when I get up there.
Are you gonna put me a stopper over here?
Right here?
Yeah. Not gonna hurt. The wind is not so windy. Not like one time we come here.
There we go. That's a good one. Yeah, not as bad as, I mean, it doesn't feel as bad as the other day, but it's hard to tell until I get up there, because when I get around this corner, that's when the wind starts blowing.
So you'll see as I'm climbing this route, there's a rope running down the middle of the route. That's our rope. We were out here 2 days before this climb, and I climbed this route, and when I rappelled off, the rope got stuck. I got stuck on a snap lake at the top, used for rappelling, and because of the way the rope runs across some rocks, it just wouldn't come down. And we didn't have a second rope to go back up for me to get it, so we had to come back. So here we are on a repeat climb in order for me to save our rope.
Nice.
I also realized after watching this video how much sniffling I'm doing while I'm climbing this route. It's not the coronavirus. Although it looks like a sunny day out, it's really kind of like half sunny, half cloudy. It's only about 50 degrees, and the wind is blowing pretty stiff. It's blowing from 12 to 18 to 20 miles an hour at some point. So it's kind of chilly, and it's making me sniffle the whole way up. And listening to this, it's kind of annoying.
Huh?
Very nice.
Not so bad. A little bit of rope drag there. Uh-oh. Come on, baby. There we go. Huh? I don't remember what I did here. How did I got up this?
As I remember, when you're climbing this route, you just go straight to the track, and then after you pass go over there a little bit, and then you cross the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what I remember.
thought I went over right here, crossed over right here. All right.
You can see they're stuck in the crack where somebody placed the cam and they over cammed it, which means they squeezed it too hard to jam it in there, and then they couldn't get their $100 cam out. I usually try not to use that gear because I don't know how long it's been there, but you'll see in a little bit there's another one on up where somebody lost, and I just didn't have a good cam that fit that crack, so I ended up using an old cam that was stuck in there. But that happens. You'll find pieces of gear, long routes where people have put them in cracks and then they can't get them out. Here's where I just kind of got a little lazy and ended up using this already stuck piece of gear. I probably, if I'd have taken a little more time, I could have found something to get in there, but honestly at this point I was really cold and a little bit tired, so, and I knew the route from here up was pretty easy, so the likelihood of falling is very slim. And the main cable that comes out that holds that sling on that old piece of gear looked really good, so I wasn't too concerned about it. Knock on wood, I haven't overcammed and lost a cam yet, because they run anywhere from $60 to $120 per cam.
Mama.
So basically at this point I've gotten to the top of the route and I'm just trying to figure out what to use up here as an anchor to belay Mia up. I brought, you see that green sling, I brought that with me. That's a, I think 120 centimeter sling, and it just wasn't quite big enough to go around the rock, so I had to use what was up there. So that purple line runs back to a rope that's wrapped around the rock multiple times and then tied off into this god-awful giant knot. But the rope going back there is secure, so I'd put an overhand there, and that's going to be one tie-off point. And then there's another like 7mm red cord that runs all the way around the rock that's in really good shape. So I basically tied that off, equalized those two into two overhands, and then made a master point to hook myself into, and then to hook the belay device in to bring me up from above.
Is that you?
So I pulled up all the slack in the rope from where I climbed up, and then I hooked the ATC belay device into the master point that I created at that anchor around that boulder. And now basically I'm putting Mia's rope into the ATC belay device, and that way I can remove myself from the belay and belay her up, so I won't get trapped in the belay. If she falls or weights the rope, it weights onto the anchor, not me. And this way I can bring her up, and if she were to fall, that ATC pilot acts as an automatic braking device. It'll brake, that carabiner will pinch the rope and break it, but I also keep hold of the brake strand just as a precaution. But then I just bring her up, she climbs, I take up the slack and belay her from above.